I'm not looking for credit. But what I don't want is when I raise millions of dollars, have people say, like this sleazy guy right over here from ABC. He's a sleaze in my book. You're a sleaze because you know the facts, and you know the facts well.
All right. Went well, right? Donald Trump today with quite the news conference. Things got intense with the members of the gathered media there at Trump Tower. He was talking about the money he's been raising for veterans groups, and we're going to talk some about it right now. Talk radio host and Trump supporter Gina Loudon joins us, says is exactly what's needed from her guy, Donald Trump. Jessica Tarlov is also here. What do you think? Needs to act a little more presidential? Is that your view on this? I don't know what you mean.
Oh, mine?
Yes.
Yes, I would like to see that. I doubt that I'm going to, but it would be welcome. This press conference was astounding. Go ahead. If you're going to agree with me, go ahead.
No, it was crazy. It was a Donald Trump press conference. I would say, though, I don't know what Gina thinks. It's a win-win in some ways for Trump, though. Just from a political point of view, he can come out. He could bash the media and talk about the money that he raised for the veterans groups. So he wins on one count. And given how popular we are in the media in many quarters, he probably wins, Gina, on the other count, too, doesn't he?
He does, because the public distrusts the media, as you know, and this is why shows like this one have been so successful, because you do give both sides. He's coming out and saying they're not telling you the whole story. I'm going to put it right back on them, and the American public eats this up. But he hasn't even gotten started yet. Imagine the moment he starts comparing the things the Clinton Foundation has done to his charitable acts, and things like Bill Clinton writing off his underwear. Remember that story? He hasn't even gotten started on Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation.
So
this is going to get good.
I know. But he can say, Jessica, he basically, he can come out and say now, for all you that ask me questions, and that's basically what the reporters,
right,
to defend the media for a moment, that's what the reporters are doing, right? They're asking questions.
Their job. They're doing their job.
100%. Right. We didn't know where the money was. We didn't know what had happened. We're saying, hey, where is it? Now that that's in the rearview mirror, Trump can come out today and say, not only is the media, were you guys wrong to ask, and from his point of view, were you wrong to ask that, but I've delivered. I've given you the money. I gave $1 million of my own money.
Right.
So he looks pretty good, to be fair, doesn't he?
I don't know. I've been reading a lot of coverage, and maybe I've only been reading, the left-wing media reports that I love so dearly. But it doesn't look like this was a positive report for anyone, really. Going after Jim Acosta, going after the ABC reporter. That's just not how you behave. And I think that most people, and I would say on both sides of the aisle, don't want to see 4 years of a Donald Trump presidency where he's just hurling insults at them himself. And as you said earlier,
Jessica,
they were just doing his job. Really?
What's that, Gina?
Really? Do you think sleaze is a fair thing to call someone who just asked a question? And I would also add,
do you think it's fair, Jessica, that they don't report the whole story? Do you think it's fair that they're not asking questions about the Clinton Foundation and where they got their money, and the 80% of the money that they keep, and Bill Clinton's underwear? Why don't they ask those questions?
Listen, I don't know a lot about Bill Clinton's underwear, but I can tell you that we've been talking nonstop about the Clinton Foundation donation. It's nonstop. Peter Schweitzer has been on wall-to-wall coverage about this. New York Times did their own reporting. We talk about Donald Trump talks about Hillary Clinton's Goldman Sachs speeches nonstop. He says, I want to see the transcripts. And then reporters ask him to prove that he's made those donations, and suddenly they're sleaze, they're slime. Be fair
Jessica,
here.
He gives personal money. He gives personal money to the veterans.
Right, but the idea that...
And the Clintons have done nothing.
The idea that you're
Gina.
allowed to question a presidential candidate, which is... And it was one of the more humorous moments, I don't know if it wasn't really intended to be, but one of the reporters asked, is this what we can expect from news conferences if you're elected to be president? Trump said, yeah, basically it is. This is what you can expect.
Enjoy
you're right.
it, guys.
This is where I am. But,
Because what you see is what you get, right?
No, I understand
and Jessica,
that.
this is my question. How much have the Clintons given to the veterans?
Right, and that's where the answer is the Clinton campaign, as far as we know, has not given a donation like this, or the Clinton Foundation, to veterans groups, would be your Trump argument. So you say what, Jessica?
I say that I don't actually have the figures on the veterans donations right now, but we know that the Clinton Foundation has given millions and millions of dollars to other causes. Listen, I'm all for giving to veterans. I think it's incredibly important. I'm glad that Donald Trump made good on his promise to do this. I would say, though, even going back to February, I believe that the fundraiser was in January. By February, the Weekly Standard reached out to the Trump campaign and said, who is the money going to? And Corey Lewandowski said himself, you go find out. You call places. You find out. They went ahead and did that, and they weren't getting getting answers. So this has
Right.
taken
That
months
was
to
what
come to
started it.
fruition.
But now today we got the answer from Trump and a few
Finally.
comments thrown in, right? The sleaze and you're a beauty and this and that. So,
Yeah.
Gina, Jessica, thanks to both of you.
Thanks, Connell.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you
Bye,
so
Gina.
much.
Now, there has been
Bye-bye.